So this is my first level. Um, so the reason why I really like, so I have to get used to the controls again. The reason why I really like the Battle Block Theater one is because it's the one I had the most time to contribute towards, for one, and two, even though I really hate the editor and everything about it, I really enjoyed. I feel like I was really able to like scale my levels accordingly and give it like go absolutely buck wild. A close second would be like the puzzle editor, because that's what um that's what I also like was able to do a lot of like good stuff with, but um this one I was able to like give it all of my time and just do everything I wanted with it. So I use strawberries as like as Mario uses coins and just try to lead the player towards the solution. So for example, I'm leading the player to go here, jump, and jump on this. Also, like optional bonus pass that like foreshadow things. Um, and of course, teleporters are finicky. So I have the pie. The pie is always like the little bonus thing. So I'm like, okay, you see a pie, and you're like, I see that, but how could I have done that pie? And so you go over here. Oh wait, hold on. And then you realize there's like a secret path. I like that. I like that especially out of everything that I've made. So I like that little optional bonus things like, okay, like here's the easy mode, then here's the difficult mode, and yeah, that's one thing I really liked about it. How there's always like a little bonus path. Level. This is the second level, and here, this is actually a pain at first because what I wanted is to this my main mechanic. One of my main mechanics is like bouncing off lava walls. At first I thought lava walls saved your jump, but I realized it didn't. But so then I added the purple cube, as you saw in the first level, which is just basically a tutorial introducing the main mechanic that refreshes your jump. I tried to teach you through gameplay. You actually forced to teach you through gameplay in this game, so it's actually an interesting constraint. So here you can't. It's too far to reach the monkey bars, so. Well, too far to reach this platform. The monkey bars are just there to help you in case you can't make the jump. So here, we have another wall bouncing thing. The player's supposed to wall bounce onto the purple, weaken the jump, and then jump onto the monkey bar. So let's try again. Let's try here. Jumping also stops your momentum, which I really love. So now I have the same thing again. If you looked earlier, you might have seen the pie at the bottom. So when you're going to the first jump with the monkey bars, so here we just slide down, grab it, boom. Like I said, I love those optional ends. I really feel like it really feels complete to me. Here's the, and also this is all technically one level. What I would have loved to do is have this all be one level with the teleporters, but I wasn't able to do that because for some reason they decided to make teleportation always random. So I just split the different sections that would have been all in one level across multiple levels, which actually helps in my favor because you can only have one pie in one level. So it's almost like I can only have one challenge in one level. That's why I split up my levels like this. So basically, a lot of the things I did was because of the constraints of this level editor. But hilariously, even though, and also I like to have foreshadowing in my levels, like, hey, what's going on? Some people love it, some people hate it, but like whatever. I really, yeah, the constraints. It seems like the more simpler and easy to get into an editor is, like the more frustratingly annoying it's like the more frustrating it is to like do anything with it, because for example the intervals are always random, so I can't sync them up for like a cool last ditch effort to go do something. So I really hate that. Another thing I really hate is yes, I really hate that. But in like the Doom and Porter puzzle, in the Doom editor, it gives you almost too much power because you can't just like ooh just do X, Y, and Z. You have to do do X in this scenario at this time. It's almost like programming. It actually is basically programming. But at the same time, it's powerful, but it doesn't give you enough power to have complete control. So it's like very frustrating, very frustrating. Another thing, because I can't give an exact path to an enemy AI, like over here, go here, then do this. I'll be moving in these patterns. So it's like frustrating what you can and cannot do. Doom also has like limits for demons, how many demons can be in a room. That's also really annoying. So you only have so much control over something. So it's a question. Portal's like a good mixture in between, but this editor, it's like purely like, yeah. And one thing I really hate about this is that portals block other portals, so you can't see like whether or not you're getting screwed or not. And that pie, you are able to grab that pie. That's one thing I never like when in the initial playtest I never noticed. Now, the initial plan for it is to have the player.
Why did you do that?
To have the player
Come on, this is easy.
Actually, no, yeah, that was the initial thing. There's the beam going down, and then you have to try to grab it without dying. And that's one thing I hate about the BioBlock Theater editor. One thing I hate about the BioBlock Theater editor is also one thing you can't do is one thing you can't do is sorry. I just really hate just a lot of those tricks that this thing has. So that was the one level where you get. Oh yeah, one thing I hate about BioBlock Theater is that death doesn't really matter. You do that a trillion times over and over again, unless you're doing like insane mode, I guess, which is like once you're done, you're done. So I guess that's like sort of cool, but I want it to be like if you die, you lose your collectibles and you go back to your last checkpoint. I would have loved that a whole lot more. That seems a lot more fitting. A lot of the movement options also feel very limited to me in this game, which isn't like a heartbreaker, but yeah. Here's the quote-unquote final level. Oh, wait, no, this one isn't the final level. Oh yeah, sorry, it is the final level. I could even harder level after this, but that I never made into the original submission. But here I just have fans and spikes that you just have to like mess around with. That just messing up the movement options. So that's one thing. Maybe quick skip it going up. There's a pie up there. The challenge is to deactivate these fans and try to not kill yourself on that one pipe there.
Oh my goodness gracious!
In order to do this perfectly, you need to bounce up, go to the side slightly, and then double jump into the pie. And here, if the player tries to take this trampoline, they'll end up dying.
Oh my goodness gracious!
So this is sort of like reinforcing the one thing that you've been learning this entire time. I also have a strawberry hinting how you're supposed to interact. You're supposed to bounce off the side of this. So you bounce off the side. Oops, sorry.
Oh my goodness gracious!
at the finish. So there is one level that never made it into the final build, and it was this one. I took it because one, it was too hard, and people felt like it's very much too difficult for newbies, and also I never used the wings power up, so I feel like people would have just been way too intimidated. It's just using the wings to travel all the way to the end. Of course, the checkpoints are laid throughout.
Oh my god!
Also, an interesting thing, the wings power up can block other wings. That's really weird. But people, if you take the wings power up, you end up getting hit by a miserable blast you didn't even see coming. And this is where that frustration comes again. It's actually sort of annoying that it's actually really annoying that lasers block other lasers only because you can't see the foreshadowing.
Goodness gracious!
So I really hated that a lot. This actually wasn't the first thing I thought up of. The first thing I thought up was something that was a lot harder. With the propeller, but we'll get to that when we get to it. Checkpoint. I stay in the middle, while also not dying. That's one thing I hate. You can't see the laser. You can't see the foreshadowing of the laser about to fire, which is extremely annoying.
No, don't die.
I hate that so much. Because players deserve to see that foreshadowing. They deserve to be able to know, like, hey, something bad is about to happen. Let me prepare myself for it.
Well, that was different.
I'm gonna give this a couple more tries before we get the idea.
Oh my goodness gracious!
But yeah, I have lava blocks as obstacles now. I also have a little pie in the corner, which you can go and grab. Also, people found this checkpoint really annoying because they didn't see it at first. And that's one thing I failed to scope. Failed to factor in sightlines. And here, it's just a bunch of laser blocks being fired at you. I was trying to use them as like a shield, using the moving platforms as a shield as you are trying to like survive. I also wanted to have like a secret exit, so you could skip this and go to the last level, which would have been this one with the propeller. And there's only one checkpoint in this. And propellers can only be used twice, for example. That's all. Interestingly, their movement is a bit easier to control once you actually use them, which is interesting. I also hate how they put there's limits on every single type of block and power up you can put in this game, which I really do hate. I'm going to show you this like 2 more times. before you get the idea. It's it's another version of the last level, but much harder. I believe I was able to complete this once. Before I do anything, I always try to make sure that I can do it myself. This is the pie I talked to you about earlier. Alright, you get the idea. And that is my set of levels. Like I said, BattleBlock Theater, I was able to give it the most time. Not my favorite editor, but I was able to like really work on the themes and the ideas, everything I had planned. With Portal, I was able to do some of that, but due to time constraints and unforeseen personal circumstances, I was not able to give as much time to it as I wish to. So that's one thing. So the Portal editor, I was happy, but I didn't get to do everything I wanted. It was actually my favorite editor. And Doom, it would have taken way too long to make my own unique thing, because also the parts they get, Doom gives you like a lot of like preset environments, but to put like obstacles, your own objects in those environments, it's like a whole pain, and it's hard to like do your own thing, which is a very annoying process, which I really hate. So that's one thing about Doom. This has been a very satisfying process. It feels really good to make. It was really good to make the first two levels, the the first two type of game levels, the platformer and the puzzle levels. I don't play many first-person shooters, so sorry, single-player first-person shooters. So the Doom one felt very weird. Also, Doom's a very unique first-person shooter, so it was a very odd experience to work on that. But yeah, that's I really truly enjoyed the once figuring out the kinks of everything, the BattleBlock Theater level, the platforming level, because it was just so much fun. It was a wonderful experience. Um, I might. It would be nice to do Super Mario Maker perhaps the next time, because that one is a lot less annoying, but overall a good experience.